A lot is going on in Washington, D.C., just 5 months before midterms. President Biden pushing for more election engagement, saying if Americans want Roe v. Wade as federal law, they have to elect lawmakers who are on board. Meanwhile, inflation and high gas prices are expected to bring people to the polls. The current national average dropping some, Gas Buddy now saying it's $4.79 a gallon. Plus, testimonies from the January 6th hearings are still top of mind as questions remain if former President Trump will face charges. And joining me now is national political reporter Julia Manchester from our partners at The Hill. Julia, thank you so much for being here. And we know the legal battle over abortion is being decided by the states. President Biden said either elect those who will codify Roe or Republicans to the House and Senate who will try to ban abortions. Now, do we think this message will bring out more voters in November?
That's a question everyone is asking. And, it could certainly bring out more Democratic voters, more liberal-leaning voters who may rank abortion access as very much a top priority. However, the issue is that for many Americans, and there's poll after poll that shows this, abortion is not even in the top three in terms of issue priorities for most Americans. In fact, it's normally the economy or inflation. So I think you're going to see Republicans, and I've talked to a number of Republican sources in town who have essentially told me, look, we're going to continue to be talking about inflation, rising gas prices, the economy, that kind of a thing, the situation at the border, crime, and they're going to very much focus on that message. And we've seen them being very disciplined on that message up until now with the abortion fight. Now, for Democrats, we'll see if this can break through. However, I will say we are roughly 4 months out from the midterm elections. A lot can change between now and then, including the news cycle. So it remains to be seen whether this issue of abortion will continue to be such a big issue months after the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Well, and you bring up a good point with inflation. Let's talk about that, hitting so many where it hurts and gas prices right up there. So we're tracking 3 things here. The president at the G7 working on a price cap on Russian oil, right? He's asking Congress, meanwhile, to support a 3-month holiday for the gas tax, and also a record number of barrels out of the strategic reserve to try to bring the price down. So do you think this is enough of a push to get Americans to vote blue?
It's possible. We just don't know how much these efforts are really going to take effect or when they will actually take effect. Look, there might be some Americans, and I think you're going to see Republicans pushing this message that this is simply too little too late. In fact, a year ago, I remember on July 4th in 2021, I remember Republicans, the National Republican Campaign Committee, for example, the Congressional House campaign arm of the House Republicans, they were running ads about fuel prices rising during the 4th of July. So it remains to be seen whether the administration can really turn this around. But, when you look at the approval ratings, when you think of who Americans are blaming for gas prices, and, there is a very legitimate debate to be had as to, how much blame President Biden should get. We know this is a global problem, for example. But I think when Americans are frustrated and they take their frustrations out of the ballot box, it's normally on the president of the United States or his party in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether he inherited the problem or not. Well, we'd love to get your insight into the latest on the January 6th hearings as well. If there are no criminal charges against former President Trump, will these hearings be considered pointless?
I think that's a question like the one before everyone is asking. Liz Cheney, one of the co-chairs of that committee, said today that the committee could certainly recommend criminal charges. However, the committee themselves cannot charge. It's just an option. It's just an option for them to recommend charges. That will be up to the Department of Justice. And, given the legal challenges that are facing the Department of Justice, whether it's the future of Roe v. Wade, for example, or other legal issues, I don't know if Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, necessarily wants to step into this fight during a midterm year. We know that the January 6th committee, regardless of how you look at it, has been painted in a very political light. So I think the DOJ is going to be treading very carefully on what decisions they make going forward after the hearings wrap up.
All right. Thank you so much. Julia Manchester of The Hill. We appreciate your time. Good talking with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.